Still watching Science Breakfast with me, Alan Herbert. Sign language interpreter is Jedida Wafula. And we started off with the Interior CS6 National Assembly node for Haiti deployment, and Interior and National Administration Cabinet Secretary Professor Kithure Kindiki has sought the approval of Parliament for the deployment of the Kenyan police to Haiti as part of the UN peacekeeping mission aimed at helping the Caribbean nation tackle gang violence. Here are the full details of this story.
I hereby refer the memorandum to the Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security for consideration. The committee is required to consider the memorandum jointly with the relevant committee of the Senate and submit its report to the Houses of Parliament on or before 8th November 2023 to allow for a timely disposal of this matter. Thank you.
And the committee, as you have directed, should be able to consider it and answer those pertinent questions. Top among them for me, Honorable Speaker. We never appropriated any resources to deploy forces outside of this country other than what we approved for the Kenya Defense Forces in the DRC. Therefore, if we are deploying our police service to Haiti, who is going to pay for the bill? I am waiting for the committee to deal with that question and tell us whether we need to appropriate more resources or whether someone else is paying, because if it is a UN mission, then the rest of the world should be able to pay for our servicemen.
We have got no capacity as a house to authorize or purport to authorize the National Police Service, which is not a security force, as contemplated under the Constitution. So I want to plead with you, before the matter is seized off by the committees, the relevant committees, that you do reconsider the message and come back with a considered ruling on the matter I am raising, because it is of immense public interest. This House can only act in accordance with the Constitution.
As a security, government deploys KDF in Kabisum to combat bandits, and the situation in the area of Baringo South constituency continued to be tense Wednesday, even as the Kenya Defense Forces troops took a lead role in patrolling the area following Tuesday's ambush of a GSU camp by armed bandits who laid a siege on a GSU camp for more than 7 hours. Here are the pictures from Baringo.
You cannot play with lives. You can't give us a wrong signal that there is no any fight, while the students, the candidates, are lying at the floor of the classes. That was very wrong. Today we have quoted the witness, and the one is in charge of the JSU and RTU and the police and the locals plus the A teacher confirmed that there was an attack and they were surrounded the school Kapendasum and JSU camp. They were surrounded, there was a fight for 6 hours.
Kuna ndege helicopter imeshuka mahali hapa on Thursday. 3 days later, kuna famisi hapa.
We are Baringo, and it is unfortunate because we had decided to work as leaders of Baringo. I was one of them. As a county leader, I feel so bad because sometimes the leadership within Baringo is not genuine enough to sort out this problem.
The attack of that time was not really banditry, kwa sababu hakuna mifugo inapelekwa, ni watu kuja kufamia shule na kufamia kambi yetu, na tunataka kusema it is something that must be investigated.
Now back to Nairobi, as Governor Sakaja orders hawkers to keep off roads in Nairobi CBD. And the Nairobi Governor Johnson Sakaja has issued a directive prohibiting any hawking activities along major streets within the heart of the Nairobi Central Business District. In a meeting with the inspectors manning the CBD and hawkers representatives, Sakaja declared a cessation of all hawking activities, especially on the Moi and Tomboya avenues. However, hawkers in the CBD have opposed the directive, arguing that it will impact their livelihoods.
Kutandika vitu kwa barabara? Zero. That one we will not have. That one is an irreducible minimum even for their own safety. We will not have any hawking on the roads. You start enforcing it from tomorrow morning in the streets. Hata hapo Mudhurwa, hapo bus station. If they are inside a small section, it is okay. We agree with the timings and we'll have that discussion now with them. But on the road is an irreducible minimum. Barabara ni ya gari kutembea. Sawa sawa? We will find another place. In fact, maybe they should be given the priority on the back lanes. Because we have a plan for that road. We have received billions from investors, from the French Development Agency in Likuwa Paris. Tunafanya BRT.
Hapa hivi ndio mimi utoa unga yangu, unajua huko home. Sisi ndio wanaangalia, unaona? Tumechagua Sakaja, tulikuwa tunafikiria mimi hata nimefika town nikastuka sana jua. Ati amesema kuna hawkers kesho. Hiyo ni heartbreaking kwetu juu. Unajua hapa hivi ndio tunatoa kila kitu. Tuna place nyingine ya kwenda na tulimchagua tukijua anatutetea. Azinatakuwa hapo juu yetu. Tumefanya hii mwaka tumefanya kazi vizuri lakini kumekuja kukaribika baadaye. Tunastuka.
Ni kama ameanza kutupima juu wenyewe. Sasa nyumba zitalipwa na nini? Hizi manguo nimeshikilia hapa hivi, hizi nguo nauzanga 200 300. Sasa mimi nitatoa kazi nyingine wapi? Kama natutafutia kazi ni sawa.
Ile kitu yenye governor amesema, ameongelelea maneno ya masaa. Na tunafurahi sana kwa sababu ametuongezea masaa. Tulikuwa tunafungua kazi kuanzia saa 11 jioni. Na leo amesema tuwe tunafungua kuanzia saa 10 jioni kuendelea.
I am not just taking care of you. I'm also taking care of the Kenyans who are working. Those who own shops are also taxpayers. So everybody must get their piece. We can't favor one group over another. So niki-insist hapa CBD ni kukuja hivi, muache hapo. Pali mmepatiwa mfanye kazi, mfanye. Na hakuna mtu atawasumbua. Bora mnafanya kazi kwa mpangilio mzuri.
Hii maneno ya kuuzia town, si kila mtu anaweza afford kuingia kwa mahali kama hapa dukani. Kama sisi wakulima wadogo ama wanabiashara wadogo, hatuwezi afford kulipa rent ya hii building. Lakini tukapewa nafasi ya kuuzia kama kutoka Moi Avenue, kutoka Rodhuri Avenue, tuuzie kutoka asubuhi, lakini Tom Mboya Street hatuna shida nayo.
The hawkers and traders on the roadside are now to MPs Babu Wino and Ronald Karauri meet Karima land settlers and members of parliament from Kasarani and Embakasi East constituencies. Babu Wino and Ronald Karauri say their constituents will appeal the decision of the Environment and Land Court to eject thousands of settlers who occupy the late Gershon Kirima's land. Now the two legislators who hold meetings with affected residents say they would also file a constitutional petition and seek stay orders against the court's decision to evict residents. Here are the details of this looming demolition.
Lazima tu appeal, si ndio? Na ni kwa nini mimi nasema tu appeal ni hivi? Hii mambo ile wananchi wanaafektiwa na hiyo judgment ni wengi sana, si ndio? Kama tunataka watu wa kuwe evicted mahali popote kwa nchi yetu ya Kenya, wacha hiyo judgment kutoke kwa Supreme Court, si ndio?
We will file for a constitutional petition at the High Court to seek for conservatory orders because this is a human right issue.
Hizi vitu zote zimejengwa hapa, watu wamelipia ushuru, si ni kweli? Kwa hivyo serikali lazima ikuwe katikati, hata kama ni kwa hiyo negotiation. Serikali kati upande moja, familia ya Kirima iketi pande hiyo nyingine, na sisi tukae pande ya tatu, si ndio?
Hatutaki pia maneno ati sasa tukikubali negotiations then pia bei iende juu, kwa sababu hao wananchi hawana kazi. Wengi wao walipoteza kazi wakati wa corona, wengine walichukua loan kujenga nayo. Huwezi rudi kwa bank tena kuchukua tena loan.
Tunyenyekee, tushike na sisi tayari tukulipa pesa. Tunalipa. Juu ardhi ni ya mtu.
Tukivurushwa hapa, tuko na watoto wetu wako kwa mashule. Tuko na mashule mingi sana around here. Na watoto wetu wako kwa mashule. tutaanzia wapi?
Tunasema sisi vile atatuambia tutakubali, lakini atituambie tubomolewe manyumba. Kubomolewa manyumba tutaenda wapi? Tunaelekea mvumo wa bure ya El Nino. Hata kama si El Nino, hata kama unaona mtoto akilala nje.
Na mimi ni mwalimu, nimeweka ka pension kangu kwa hii nyumba. Nitaenda wapi bwana MP? Where will I go? Nimeweka my 5 million shillings kwa nyumba moja na nimekuwa nikisema.
Away from those voices, now to Meru Governor Kawira Mwangaza impeached by Assembly. Now, Meru Governor Kawira Mwangaza has been impeached for the second time by the Meru County Assembly after a heated debate pitting the leader of majority in the County Assembly, Evans Mawira Karia, and Governor Mwangaza's lawyer Danstan Omari. Now, all the 59 present MCAs voted in favor of the impeachment motion. The Speaker of the Meru County Assembly, Bundi, has 48 hours to formally notify the Speaker of the Senate, Amason Kingi, of the impeachment notice.
And this juncture, honorable members, the ayes have it, and the motion is passed. And the governor stands impeached by the County Assembly of Meru. Thank you.
And we, the representatives of the people, we have made a decision, Honorable Speaker, that we must bring back the glory, bring back the dignity, bring back the Meru County that we knew, Honorable Speaker, that was avowed and honored all over in this country and beyond, Honorable Speaker.
Public participation, if ever it was done on a wrong path, on a wrong locality. Lastly, on a question of law still, who was the public participation targeting? Look at the summons.
Away from Kawira Mwangaza, now to nominated MP Sabina Chege, removed as a deputy minority whip. Now, Speaker of the National Assembly Moses Wetangula has finally acceded to a decision by the Azimio coalition to remove a nominated MP Sabina Chege as its deputy minority whip, replacing her with the Embakasi West MP Mark Mwenje. Now, Chege will now lead the Jubilee Party in the House as the whip after Speaker Wetangula recognized the former ruling party as a parliamentary party. Now, the Azimio coalition had protested Wetangula's delay in recognizing their decision communicated nearly 6 months ago.
In this regard, the Honorable Mark Mwenje MP forthwith replaces Sabina Chege MP as the deputy whip of the minority party. The Jubilee Party is hereby recognized as a parliamentary party within the meaning of Standing Order 20A. Consequently, the Honorable Sabina Chege, by virtue of the written support of 21 members out of 28 members of the Jubilee Party in the House, is allowed to perform in the interim the role of the whip of that party in the House.
I wish to thank you for finally effecting the communication from my office regarding the change in the holder of the office of the Deputy Minority Whip.
Can then the Honorable Mark Mwenje, as a member of the same Jubilee Party, be a whip in Azimio One Kenya Coalition if Jubilee pretends to have left the Azimio One Kenya Coalition? Would that, Honorable Speaker, be putting the Honorable Member for Embakasi West in a very precarious situation, Honorable Speaker, because he may be construed to have defected from Jubilee political party.
And away from that to CS Moses Kuria says all government employees will now need a National Youth Service Clearance Certificate. Now, Public Service Cabinet Secretary Moses Kuria has declared that all new government employees will now need a National Youth Service Clearance Certificate when they apply for jobs. Now, speaking during the unveiling of the NYS Re-Engineering Program in Nairobi, Kuria said the move will curb corruption and laziness among public servants. Those are words quoted from the CS here.
Ndoto yangu kabla mtu aandikwe kazi ya serikali lazima apitie NOS, so that even those people who are going to be in the Ministry of Labor, Ministry of Water, Ministry of Lands, we make sure that we can trace them back. We have traceability from the factory where they were created.
As we come to the end of the news that are making headlines in the country, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're coming back with stories that are making headlines on the dailies. Keep it signed.